Well. So one day, as I was walking, and then I couldn't smile simply because I'm a human being. I have emotions. And someone just passed by and told me, you are HR, you should not have that face. And that really shook me because you know what? We have emotions as a child. And we are allowed to cry. But the biggest question is, who is the HR for HR?
What if a single shift in your perspective could transform everything? Welcome to Perspective Flux, a podcast dedicated to evolving viewpoints, lifelong learning, and personal greatness. My name is Jemima, and I'm here to guide you through the beautiful chaos of growth. Welcome to Perspective Flux. My journey, your invitation.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my podcast, Perspective Flux, where your viewpoint matters and your voice is very important. So I'm just wondering, as an HR practitioner, is it okay to cry? Is it okay to get annoyed? Why would people think that we should be controlled, that we cannot express ourselves? Well, is it the training? I'd really appreciate your perspective around all this matter so that then we can grow together, but knowing that we are all human beings and there's no one that is perfect. This is your host, Jemima, right here at Rareda constituency. You can hear the birds, say the beautiful scenery. Yeah, this is my parents' home and I love being here because you know what? Sometimes it is good to take a break from the breakings. Anyway, so this week I know it was really packed and I had to, end it with a bang by just coming to see mom at home. And I had so much things to do. Like this week is a week where I was speaking to the finalists in USIU about the workspace, work ethics. And again, the same week, I was also attending the launch of CHRO East Africa. And I was also supposed to be doing my final thesis, but unfortunately it was cancelled due to some unavoidable circumstances. So we are doing that next week, but I think it has been a fully packed week. And I thank God for my employers because this week I have been off duty just to ensure that I also get myself personal life in place, so that when I get back to the office, my cup is full to give. Remember, as a leader, you can never give from an empty cup, but you've got to fill your cup that is overflowing to share with people. Yes, so in the CHRO launch, we had Mumbi Kahindo, who was talking to us on how she earned a seat at the table and did a story. And if you check inside the magazine, this is the time I go home and tell my mama, I made it to the magazine. Who thought a lady from the bush would have this? Yes, I was born in a bush, but I don't look like one, because remember, your starting point does not determine your future, but how you deal with your circumstances that really determines your future, because you are the creator of your own results. So anyway, I made it to the magazine too as Jemima, and I was speaking just about my recovery, renewal, and resilience. This is a very beautiful story, and I'll share with you the link down there so that you can read it and enjoy. And I'm sure there are things you learn about it. Your today does not determine your tomorrow, but it's what you do with your today is what will carry you to the next level of your life. And that's the story about Jemima Ngode. Yes, so we had a nice chat. We had a lot of networkings with the HR communities, and this is the first time we're having the CHRO East Africa. Actually, it was the launch edition, and I made it to this, and I'm so happy. Many a times, our employers, our fantastic employers, provide us with medical cover. And today I want to talk about this thing just for 1 second or 2 minutes. If you have a medical cover and you've been diagnosed with a condition, it's important that you seek the second, third, fourth opinion before you can do anything. Because once a diagnosis has been done and there's a procedure done, you cannot undo it. You'll have to stay with it forever, hold your peace. So you'll have to stick with that. So it is important that even when you're diagnosed with a condition or a disease, take your time and seek for other opinions. And then after that, ensure that you do the right thing. Because if you don't do that, you might end up rushing to go for a procedure that will eventually destroy your life. And it will also affect your performance, your productivity. And that really hurts a lot, especially when there's a chance that you could have, avoided. So if you want to read more about the recovery on this story, on this magazine, I'm going to share the link down there so that you can also learn more about it and also know how to take care of yourself. And this boils down to just even how you ensure that you eat healthy, live healthy, and have consistency in your life. A lot of people say that their health schedule does not come first. But I'd like to also encourage my community and those who are new here that it is important that you include your health schedules, your activities in your calendar. Diarize it just as those important meetings that you have. Like, for example, for me, when it is time to go and work out, it's like for me having a meeting with my CEO. Do I cancel aimlessly? No, I do not. And if there's a reason to cancel, there must be a very serious reason that must be discussed. And it must be very serious. So that's how you should also handle your schedules in terms of well-being. Fit it in your calendar and you will always implement. You'll always execute. But if you leave it as a second thought, there's a chance that you can always reschedule until the year ends. So remember to diarize it. If at all you're supposed to be doing your walks on Tuesdays and Thursdays, make sure that you fit it in your calendar. And if your schedules that don't really match the organization or the company's schedule, talk with your line manager and ensure that you fit it somewhere, because impossible is nothing. And especially if your leader is a lover of good life, a lover of fresh mind, knowledge of people around you, just like my boss does, then I think it will be easier for him or her to understand. And as HR, you're supposed to be the pioneer of all these things. And just a reference I want to make, because I'm a student of Dr. Wale as well. He is one of my mentors in these HR cycles, in these leadership cycles. And there's something that he says that when you are which word did he use? I can't remember the exact word, but if I can just paraphrase it, he said that always motivate your employees around the policies and let it not be something that is coming from you as Jemima. Because the day you are not able to provide it as Jemima, people get entitled and they see you as a bad person. So ensure your policies are well documented and they support that wellness, they support that motivation, and it's not coming from you as an individual, because then human beings are human beings. They'll always be entitled and they'll always be expecting. The day you don't give them, they'll brand you as a bad person. So remember, as HR, to avoid even the stressors in life, just being mistaken for most of the things, ensure that your policies are human. Humanize your policies so they can fit, and ensure that employees are also having good time and are motivated and their well-being is taken care of correctly. Otherwise, today it was just a short discussion talking about well-being here and there, and also ensuring that even when you have insurance, that does not mean that you say yes to everything that even doctors say, but it is important to seek other opinions and also keep healthy, not just by your insurance card. But remember, the insurance card also have the annual checkups. Make sure you do your checkups so that you are able to deal with the issues as they come. Do not wait until the last minute. I see some of the people in the companies, what they do, they wait until towards the end of the cover. That's when they rush in to do things, and yet a year has already passed. So ensure that at the beginning of the financial year, when you've been given your medical cover, do your annual checkup. After that, you are able to take care of yourself and you're able to curb any difficulties or challenges that may come with health matters. Otherwise, thank you very much. I'd really like to get your perspective on what I've talked about, especially on the insurance cover, and also fitting your well-being activities or your health activities in your calendar. What you think about it, because everyone has 24 hours in their life in a day. So how do you make use of the 24 hours? Thank you very much. This is Perspective Flux, where your viewpoint matters. And kindly comment below if this was a blessing to you. If you're new in this channel, kindly remember to subscribe so that you never miss any of our videos when you upload them. Because this is where life begins and continues. And remember, your voice is very, very important to us. Thank you very much. I was your host, Jemima Ngode.
Remember, growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the flux. Welcome to Perspective Flux. Let's grow together.